We're back on the air. Stella Assange, Julian's wife, is coming to Australia this weekend. She'll be talking to the National Press Club on Monday, and on Wednesday she will be in Hyde Park next to the Archibald Fountain at 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning, along with her father-in-law John Shipton and her brother-in-law Gabriel Shipton. It'll be a historic event, so I urge you to watch the National Press Club address on Monday, and I urge you to come along to Hyde Park, Archibald Fountain at 10 a.m. Wednesday morning. And she'll be there to talk to us and meet us, and it's her first trip to Australia. So let's give her a warm welcome and turn out in large numbers to support her husband. There's only between 12 and 13% of Australians that support Biden, which means that 87 or 88% of Australians support Julian.
Free Assange.
Have you got one of these?
I don't want to be talking to the camera, thanks.
Too much, you know, they're going to blow them up or assassinate them. And we've got a situation where, as far as I understand, the President of America can even kill anyone. They can put a kill order on anyone, even an American citizen.
Thank you.
And now they've changed the law, so they can come
Would you like to vote?
Yay! You're going to vote.
What is this?
I'm there to be back. Would you like to vote?
Vote?
Yeah, we've got a polling booth, ballot box.
For something?
No, it's purely theatre.
It's a freedom vote.
Just as ordinary voting is. Yay! Would you like to say free Assange on camera?
Free Assange?
Yay!
Thanks!
Circle the option you want. There's 2 questions. And then put it in the ballot box.
That's it. Good luck.
And
Free Assange.
thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Brilliant. Would you like to vote in our ballot? It's about journalism. We've got voting here. We've got 2 questions. If you'd like to come and vote. Should journalists be free to publish evidence of government crimes? Yes or no? And should Julian Assange be free? Yes or no?
Hi folks, I'd like to welcome you all to the 182nd week of Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gatherings. Genuinely democratic governments are reluctant to engage in behaviours which violate the rights of the people. Locking up a journalist for revealing government crimes would be unthinkable to a genuinely democratic government. Julian Assange is having his human rights violated because he revealed government crimes. Our very own human rights are being violated by governments that act illegally and as if they are above the law. Whenever governments are found violating the rights of the people, it is only the people who can stop the violation. Julian Assange published evidence showing us that governments are acting illegally and systematically withholding information that reveals they are acting illegally. Through Julian, we know our governments have been complicit in crimes against humanity in our name. This corruption of democracy involves the core of government, not one or two rogue politicians or civil servants. Nobody yet has faced justice for the crimes Julian has exposed. Instead, Julian is being punished for publishing evidence that is in the public interest. We must come to terms with the idea that we are not being treated fairly by our governments. We need to engage with our own experience and become more expansive in our thinking. We must get over the idea that governments have the final authority. We must rise above our tendencies of ignorance, fear, apathy, and obedience, and realise true democracy is in our hands and our hands alone. Only through our unity can we ever apply pressure to governments to ensure they do what we need them to do. Julian Assange has shown us that democracy has been corrupted. We need to address that corruption through our unity and help to free Julian Assange. Free, free, Julian Assange. Free, free, Julian Assange. Free, free, Julian Assange. I'd just like to remind you all that Julian Assange's wife, Stella Assange, is coming to Australia this weekend. She'll be appearing on the National Press Club on Monday, and she'll be appearing in person in Hyde Park on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, along with John Shipton, Julian's father, and Gabriel Shipton, Julian's brother. This is the first trip by Stella Assange to Australia, and she has said that we lead the world in support for her husband, Julian Assange. So she's coming out here to see us and to talk to us and to thank us. So please, folks, this is a historic event and an opportunity to come and show your support for her and her husband, and Julian.
Free Assange. Free Julian Assange. Free Julian Assange.
Thank you.
Stella Assange is in Sydney already. So if you see her on the street, give her a high five.
Answer the question. We'll count them up at the end of the day.
Hello to all. My name is Joyce. I have been following closely and speaking up for Julian Assange for 10 years now. Julian Assange has won more than 27 journalistic awards, including the Walkley Award for Outstanding Contribution to Journalism. The Australian government should and must show integrity, courage and decency and tell the USA and the UK government to put a stop to this cruel, sadistic persecution of Julian Assange. Niels Melzer, the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture, has stated that Julian has suffered prolonged exposure to psychological torture. Australian doctors for Assange have warned he could die in jail in coming months with life-threatening cardiovascular and stress. Last year, Julian suffered a stroke. This is not just about Julian, it's about being informed. It's about our rights to know what our government are doing behind closed doors. It's about treating journalists like criminals when they expose corruption. This persecution of Julian Assange is a mockery of justice. USA's prosecutor, main witness, a pedophile and a criminal, Sigurd Thordarson, lied about Julian in exchange for American immunity. At one court session, Julian Assange, in a bulletproof glass box at the back of the room, could not hear what was being said. A small slit at the bottom of the glass cage he used to pass messages to his lawyers. Julian, his lawyer, his visitors were all spied on and videotaped, even in the toilets. Conversation between Julian and his lawyers also spied on him in the Ecuadorian embassy. The urgency and need to secure the release of acclaimed journalist Julian Assange from a high prison for terrorists is a pressing concern for many in the world. Last of all, Julian is my fellow Australian. Julian has always shown and defended victims of torture and corruption, those without a voice. What happened? He ended up himself a victim of torture and his voice silenced. Drop the charges, bring Julian Assange home.
Thanks, Joyce.
Rules of justice. And this kind of abuse of process was unveiled by the defense. The case would be thrown out immediately. No trial can take place when it's been corrupted from the beginning. Who cannot tremble with indignation? Well, 95% of pieces of prison
Karen.
didn't even show up today to hear the defense's argument. 95% of Britain's broadcasters are not trembling with indignation. If you cannot tremble with indignation at any injustice anywhere, you are not a human being. You have no pulse and you have no soul. Of these souls.
International rock icon, and right after that we're going to be marching to the White House.
To now address President Biden. Let us be very clear, Mr. President. I speak for the voiceless majority. You and Anthony Blinken and Victoria Nuland and Jake Sullivan and the rest of the warmongering neocons at the heart of government here in Washington, along with the vassal states in NATO, are the critical neighbour some security assurances. I thought you would come to your senses. Not a bit of it. In 2022,
and that's why they're trying to get it on espionage for that, and the UK has image Belmarsh in the moment, and the US is trying to extradite him. So then he could face up to 100 and something years in prison. Australian journalists reporting crimes. That's all it is. Australia can step in and bring him back to face Australian courts or even to give him immunity, but Australia is not going to stand up to the US. They're too scared about the diplomatic relations. Yes, simple as read it. It's Julian Assange. I'm biased.
If you Google Julian Assange petition, look for the Change.org petition by Philip Adams, and please sign it. And this petition before the International Criminal Court is the largest petition before that institution, as it is the largest petition before our Australian Federal Parliament.
Your say on Assange, come and vote in our ballot box here. Come and vote for Julian, or vote on Julian. Have your say on Julian Assange.
Free Assange.
Thank you. Come and vote on Julian Assange.
Have your say.
Within the
Free
world
Assange.
is world class. Observe the shuffling queues at the medicine house, where inmates gather their prescriptions, not for daily use, but for the horizon-expanding experience of, quote, a big day out, unquote, all at once. You will also have the opportunity to pay your respects to my late friend Manuel Santos, a gay man facing deportation to Bolsonaro's Brazil, who took his own life just 8 yards from my cell using a crude rope fashioned from his...
Where is the Prime Minister of Australia doesn't do anything to get Assange free?
Venture further into the depths of Belmarsh and you will find the most isolated place within its walls. Its
Free Julian
inhabitants
Assange.
lovingly call it. Here you will marvel.
And we might all have red faces at the end. I don't think so. We've engineered it pretty well. We've got our media telling everybody that the right vote is that way. Okay. Want to do voting? Do you want to be a voting official? We're going to do it.
Are you ready?
Yeah, we're going to open the voting box, ballot box.
And it'll be open publicly.
Hang on, I've got to get the focus.
I'll be a scrutineer to make sure that this is all valid.
Yeah. So
yes,
we want 2 yeses together.
yes, yes. That's a good start.
I know there's at least one that's not.
Yes. 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 That's a lot of yeses. We'll keep going. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. So that's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. I'll just hand them to you. I think that'll be a bit quicker. Yes. Yes. Yes.
100% yes. Yes. So
Yeah, so far we have a reoccurring pattern, don't we?
too.
Still in the yeses. Okay, how much more have we got? Okay. Yes, lots of yes on that one. Oh, we're not counting. We lost count.
We'll count
We'll
at
just
the end.
percentage. We'll do a percentage. That might be a little bit easier anyway.
Now I understand why it's not going to go with our motion, because this is
Had to confirm that wasn't a no after that. We said now. I'm assuming that's a no.
Oh, that one, they didn't want to do that one. But they did the second one.
I'll put it in the middle.
Yeah, it's a second.
It can go in the middle.
Yeah, I think he will be. Because they're all in Sydney now, still is here.
Okay, so now we need to count the yeses.
So now we need to count up how many votes we've
I
got.
don't know the intricate details of it all. I just
1,
want to tell
2,
Ryan what's
3,
something
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you hold that one so it doesn't fly away? Thank you. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 yeses for Julian Assange, 37 yeses for the first.
Okay, I've just been given the results of the ballot we held today. We had 38 people sign them, put in a ballot paper. One abstention. The first question in the ballot was, should journalists be free to publish evidence of government crimes? And 37 people said yes, that should happen. There was one abstention because they believe that journalists are not telling the truth and they weren't going to support journalists in any way. Question number 2 was, should Julian Assange be free? And we had a unanimous vote on that question. 38 people out of 38 votes voted for Julian Assange to be set free. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
We are all Assange.